Imus in the morning on Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
And comment?
Yeah.
Hate to put a wedgie in your shorts there, Imo, but I don't think so. Look, blockhead, vacay is nearly upon us.
Well.
Analysis? Now? Not this president. Jesus, JD, you gotta cut me some slack here. Lighten up. It's slide time. Do you know how little we're going to be doing for the rest of this week?
Well.
We're going to make Terry Anderson look like he was a workaholic for the past 7 years. We're going to do less than Nick and Nora did. You understand what I'm saying? We're doing nothing. And so, that said, let's begin. Issue 1.
Yes.
And now, issues 2 through 6.
Yes.
So, have a happy, sappy holiday and leave me the hell alone. I mean, come on, run some old bits. And wouldn't that set a precedent on this show?
Yeah.
Segue some Iron Butterfly, Inagata-Vita, Stairway to Heaven or something. You still owe some plays on Leonard Skinner's live version of Firebird, don't you?
Well.
That shoots a quarter hour right there. How about, Hey Jude, don't make it bad. You were made to go out and get her. Whoa, sounds like an ode to Willie Smith, doesn't it? Say, there's an unresolved issue, it strikes me. When did she take off those pantyhose, eh?
Well.
You've had a number of forays into that arena, man.
Yeah.
What's been your experience?
Well.
I know. You refuse to answer on grounds that bobby socks cannot be construed as pantyhose. Besides, pantyhose on one of your dates would look like a pair of Dr. Denton's, for Christ's sake. Just kidding.
Good.
Well, I don't know where all this hostility is coming from. It's what should be this joyous point in time here. I guess it's from my inability to locate my long-lost brother, Otis.
Otis?
Mhm.
Otis who?
Otis Nixon. Of course.
Otis Nixon of the Atlanta Braves is a relative of yours?
He's a brother, yes.
Well, but Otis Nixon is black.
That's what I said. He's a brother. And if you don't think he's my relative, J.D., consider just a moment.
All right.
He gets nailed for cocaine,
Right.
and then not only comes back, but is going to do $5.6 million for the next 2 years? That's a blood relation, pal. I want a piece of this guy. I can see it now. Nixon and Nixon. They screw up. We fix them. Say, I know what. Really drive him nuts the next few days, man. Play that hideous checker-playing duck story again, or whatever the hell that was. That's only been on, 10,000 times? I love it. And that's opinion, J.D. Here's hoping your Hanukkah candles set your Christmas tree on fire, okay? I'm out of here.
Imus in the morning.
Kennedy Smith, astonishing climaxes, in my view, that touched so many of us.
Yeah.
Now, I could dwell on the issues that truly altered the geopolitical map.
Especially the guy sitting in front of Pee Wee.
Good one. He and Lincoln, 2 guys who were shot in the head in the theater, right? As I said, I could dwell on the issues that truly altered the geopolitical map. A collapse of communism, disintegration of the Soviet Union, and what a shame there.
Yeah.
The liberation of Kuwait. All of these were profoundly important.
Yeah.
But in keeping with the concept of your show, Dono, let's get back to the personal peccadillos and failings of people whose public humiliation is not yet complete. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
The Danny Bonaducci slugs transvestite stories. The 1991 sentencing, for example, of Marlon Brando's son, Christian, to 10 years in jail for the close-range shooting death of his then-pregnant half-sister's Tahitian lover. Hey, there's some pathos, eh? Of course, a major issue that seized the front pages for quite a spell, seems to me, was Pee Wee Herman masturbating twice as he watched a flick in an adult movie house in Florida.
Right.
2 times. A deuce.
Yes.
Which must come... Let me structure that in another way, which must be really startling to that prosecutor extraordinaire, Maura Lash.
Yeah.
Yes, Ms. Lash, twice. A twofer. The old daily double, okay? Jesus. Remember the stink she raised because she couldn't believe Willie had been able to hit an exacta there on the beach with Patio?
Yeah?
I say, which reminds me, where's Teddy since all that went down last year?
Well.
Laying low?
Well.
Probably. When he testified, he looked about as at ease as a priest picking a condom out of a collection plate. Well, let's see what else happened. Liz Taylor married some hardhat.
Yeah.
Who's next, Liz? The guy who comes over to unplug the John? Eileen Marchese married Steve Cohen,
Yeah.
the practical equivalent of the guy who comes over to unplug the John.
Yeah.
The Serbian and Croatian populations engaged in a fierce civil war in Yugoslavia.
Right.
Darn, I hate when that happens. Saddam Hussein, after declaring he was about to unleash the mother of all battles, underwent an abortion at the hands of Schwarzkopf.
Yes.
And let me see. Oh, yes. The country went to hell in a handbasket under the steady hand of George Bush. And it was me they wanted to impeach already. What the was that all about? Well, certainly there's much more, Dono, and we'll get to it in weeks to come, including my personal favorite, Dono, Jeff Dahmer, the story of a fellow who brought fresh interpretation in 1991 to the phrase, bet you can't eat just one. And that's opinion in retrospect, man.
Yeah.
Or Dick looks to the rear.
Imus in the morning.
Send the knee pads to first, David Hinckley or the aptly named Richard Johnson. I'll tell you right now, if Hinckley is truly sincere in his praise of the I-Man, I may go try and shoot the president myself.
No.
Next thing you know, Kay Gardella, TV columnist and looming head that looks like she's the evil spawn of Delta Burke and Benny from L.A. Law, will start extolling the virtues of the lost episodes of Imus Plus.
Yeah.
Still, it's great fun to listen to Don and Howard swap venom. Stern refers to the 20-year veteran as Anus, and Imus retaliates with nicknaming Howard as Sperm, which is fitting considering the fact that Imus is an ass and Stern is a dick. The fight of the century would definitely be a fun one to watch, as Stern's 32, 31, 167 measurements will lead to many living Weeble references and suggestions to find employment as a harbor buoy. And you can just bet that in retaliation, Stern will retaliate with such gems as, hey, Imus, what are you going to do for a face when Rose Kennedy wants her ass back? Oh, well, c'est la guerre.
Imus in the morning.
Good morning, Professor Jeffries.
Recently, 3 New Yorkers were nominated as potential grand marshals of the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade.
I'm feeling a lot better, thanks.
A sacred, time-honored tradition is much a part of New York heritage as the symbol of the Big Apple itself. However, upon examining the ballot, one cannot help but notice the names of the designated candidates are Kelly, Doolin, and O'Neill. All due respect to the ancient order of Hibernians notwithstanding, to paraphrase and transliterate the pathetically hackneyed cliche, what's wrong with this picture? Kelly, O'Neill, where's Jefferson? Where's Washington? Where's Yamanga Kukujangu? Answer me.
I don't know.
This is just another lambent example of the audaciously blatant separatism practiced by the Negro-phobic white members of society. A society so deathly afraid of the potential power of the black man, it refuses to acknowledge his presence even in such a whimsically frivolous conceit as a parade. But why should such unrestrained revelry and bacchanalia transpire on the streets of New York at the exclusion of the black man? Where are the brothers in the St. Patrick's Day Parade? I'll tell you where they is. They the ones at the end in the sanitation jumpsuits sweeping up the horse duty after them mounted police. And don't give me no, but it's an Irish parade bullshit. You never heard the term Black Irish? There are a lot of Black Irish people. Eddie Murphy, case closed. You got every damn kind of people marching in that motherfucker. You got firemen, policemen, Jews. How many years you had that heebie-jeebie man Cox running down the street with his simple country ass waving to everybody like he Miss America? You got them bagpipe playing boys wear them plaid dresses and stupid willow hats, made them look like a bunch of dirty Q-tips. Man, you even got Irish faggots skipping down Fifth Avenue. Them make homos. Why there ain't no black people marching? What, you think we don't know how? You think black people can't move to us and ain't got a backbeat? I am sick and damn tired of turning on Channel 11 and watching that wrinkled old Captain Jack McCarthy ain't had a job since he starts playing Popeye cartoons in the afternoon, sitting at a table drinking Bushmills going, it's the great day for the Irish. I'll show you how great a day. I'm going to take your big old shillelagh stick and beat your shamrock-wearing, Lucky Charm leprechaun-looking, red-nosed, green beer, corned beef and cabbage-eating, ball potato Irish ass.
Imus in the morning.